I don't know what you call, like, lose time to um like trying to get stuck on one question, but still, like, I had to skip like one or two questions every single time, and it was honestly like really crazy. um I guess I could show you like the overlook, but um
I think I'm okay since again the plan is for you to basically just kind of truck through
yeah, yeah,
these.
exactly,
So
yeah,
as
yeah.
long as you're like we talked about like having time to review your weakest section. I guess one thing to possibly address then would be like if your weakest section does end up being cars, just when you're reviewing it, do it more with like
Other subjects.
uh not necessarily that. Like I think it's fine to like review it just like not leaning too far into like the specific styling of the passages, if that makes sense. Like focus more on like, hey, how could you have improved like your approach? Like was there something in the question stem that would have helped you, and like where were you looking in the passage for the information? Rather than like if it's more of a I guess like
Yeah.
basically we just don't want you to pick up strategies from third party and then try to apply
Oh,
them to
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
WMC. That's the
No,
only thing. So it's
I
like,
could definitely like almost tell that the question writing and the like texture of the exam was very different than what I've been
yeah,
practicing.
they
So yeah.
are. Exactly. So I think cars is like the biggest place where it's like, yes, review it, but also maybe like don't take it to heart so strongly.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides like just like more like overarching themes of like, hey, were you not like referencing the passage well for this? Or like were you not like did you not understand the question? And then that's what like led you down the wrong route versus like specific wording or like specific arranging of passages. So like if you find that cars is your weakest on most things, you can probably like review that one a little quicker than like others. Like if a science passage is your weakest, like really take time with those. But if it's cars, I would say maybe a little less time with that one. And then if you have extra time for review, since again you're just reviewing one section, maybe spend that on a different, like your second weakest, for example. Just because
Okay.
I feel like you'll probably net more benefit from that type of review when you go back to like full length 5 and 6 than from like cars. Cars is like cars is just kind of its own little section
Yeah.
sometimes. So I feel like you might benefit more from like reviewing a difficult science section than like a
Yeah,
cars
that's what I did
section.
last night because I knew my time was
Okay,
limited, and I was
nice.
thinking about how am I going to make this sustainable so that I'm able
Hmm.
to reap the most benefit from each exam. And
Right.
I thought to myself, if cars is consistently showing up as my weakest section, I'm just gonna
Hmm.
accept that, like, I'm not, because I tried reviewing a little, because like I'm like, okay, I have Sunday off, so let me at least review the full test, right? Because I have this time.
Yeah.
And then I
Hmm.
was thinking to myself, all right, so this also helps me anyway. So since I started trying to review cars, it was,
Hmm.
what I noticed is there was just a lot higher density of like difficulty slash vocab slash like harder passages overall. Um,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
how they tend
legit
to
during the
be.
test I had to break out more like old school strategies like mapping the passage and stuff and like writing out my bottom line. But like
Hmm.
again, like the time is very limited and I was it was really hard. So um I decided that like since I suspect like I'll be continuing to get low car scores at least for these TPR exams, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
like write down questions that I think I should review during the exam. Like while I'm taking it, I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I'll just check this one or two cars questions just to like look at it, because most
Hmm.
of them it was just like too much time for me to like go through and properly reread the passage and review like, and honestly, it even though I'd taken the test the same day when I was reviewing the passage, I'd forgotten what the passage was about and all that. It's like it's not worth it when I could use that time to review one cars question to review like five or like four other like
Right.
psych soc or BB questions.
I agree.
So I don't know. Hopefully when I come back to AMC and like the cars section bank, that like maybe I would have gained some repetition skills from this.
Yeah,
But
if
yeah.
anything, like you said, but like having to pull out older strategies because of kind of the more specific kind of questioning, maybe a little bit higher difficulty, certainly, because the third parties tend to be very kind of specific sometimes in odd ways, and you're just like, okay,
Oh
interesting.
yeah,
I don't know
my
why
biggest
you're going this way.
my biggest grievance was they would be
Hmm.
like, "Oh, in what way did the author mean to use this one word?" And I was so
Yeah.
mad because I had to look for the word. They didn't even give me which paragraph it was.
Hmm.
And they didn't even give it in a certain like they didn't even give a sentence. They gave like one word. And I had to look for this
Yeah.
one word and I was wasting so much time and it's like, AMC never asked for this. Or if they do, they'll at least like tell you like kind of where it is, right? So
Where it is. Yeah.
yeah. So that was
Okay.
really that really sucked. But other than that, there were some weird physics questions, but they were fine. Like I understood them when I reviewed them.
Okay, good.
BB was um nothing too out of the ordinary, and Psych Social I did very well on actually. So I'm
Okay,
excited.
nice.
So yeah,
Good signs, good signs.
yeah.
Okay. Then just to check, are we for the one section that you review during this like full length week, are you going to add that to your spreadsheet or how are we keeping track of things?
The section.
Uh, yeah.
What section?
Oh, just like because ultimately we're doing this as both an experiment slash building stamina slash
I've been
we
logging
do want
my
to
incorrect
see.
answers from the test if that's what you're asking.
Okay, nice. And then same thing with like the scores.
Oh, the
Or
scores.
actually, why
Oh,
am I not
okay.
sharing screen? Sorry, I thought my
I think your
screen was in
camera's
front
off
of
too.
things. So,
But
okay. Oh,
oh yes,
okay.
this.
Let me turn
Oh
that
yeah,
on.
okay, I can add this. Yeah. Um yeah,
Add
I
answers.
have I wrote down my sub scores in my
Mm-hmm.
notes so I can just transfer it to here really quick. Actually,
Okay,
I can probably do that
nice.
right now like while you're reading the first question that I sent you.
Okay. Just because we do want to hopefully see an uptrend, but
Yes.
if we don't, we know
I'm
you're.
banking on an uptrend in cars
Uh-huh.
and Chem Phys because a lot of the questions that I missed in Chem Phys I feel like were just equation like plug and chug questions that I missed. And in
Yeah, I
cars, I
saw the
feel like
equations you put that you want to add to Anki, which is good.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, with cars, I think I really think I can improve my score in cars. It's just a matter of like, I don't know, we'll see.
Okay.
But I
Mm,
mean, yeah, maybe not every section because I can only focus on so much in the time that I have, but
right.
yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I'm also very curious, so this will be good. Um let
Okay.
me
Sounds
add.
good. Then let me get my iPad joined, and then we can start going through your questions that are there. Get my iPad joined, and then we can start going.
My score in cars, it's just a matter of like, I don't know, we'll see.
Okay.
But I
Mm,
mean, yeah, maybe not every section because I can only focus on so much in the time that I have. But
right.
um,
Mm, my iPad joined. Let me go up to the first question and just get acclimated. So, what's happening? What change is
um
cytosolic conditions? We have what? We have an enzyme. Oh, yeah, two critical categories. Glutamate. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh yeah, look at PS. That's pretty good. Did you find that P like what what do you think is the reason for the high PS
PS.
score? Do you think? Yeah.
I was spending more time on PS the past week. I was in
Okay.
the what's it called, 300-page doc, and I was
Hmm.
um doing more PS passages, I think. So
Okay. Nice.
I haven't
Yep.
reviewed
And then
PS yet. I'm gonna review it after this. So I
okay,
probably know more
sounds
afterwards.
good. And then you said CP was equations that you kind of took note of that you'd like to add to your Anki. Cars is
Yes.
understandable. Cars is like a new
CP.
style of cars.
I can see what I wrote yesterday, but oh yeah, CP had a lot of questions that MCAT really, sorry, the AMC didn't really ask about. Like for
Mm,
some reason, this test had like two or three questions about geometry. Um, and they kind of tricked me in some of them. And
okay.
yeah, there was
Interesting.
some. It was some more OChem heavy stuff, some Henderson
Hmm.
Hasselback stuff that I haven't seen in a while. But
Mm,
I reviewed that this morning, so I should be strong in that again. But it's just like kind of it
nice.
just took me by surprise, I guess. So going into the next
Yeah.
one, I probably maybe
Third
expect a little
party
bit more.
does tend to get like just a little bit more specific sometimes. So like they're good. I mean, traditionally I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll do this. I do third parties. And then usually there's a bit of like a downtick in scores. And then when you switch to the double AMC, because they tend to be a little bit less specific, sometimes, you have some lower yield knowledge that you've already
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
a wider
incorporated
base.
into Sealitol. Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
hoping
hopefully
for,
that'll be the
honestly.
same.
Like
But
genuinely, really, hoping to see.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Because I think, what is it? Our basis is full length four, which is 504.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens afterwards. Okay. And then what about BB? Or have you
Um.
had a chance to look at BB?
Looked at some BB, not all. I think
Okay, that's fine.
if you kind of look at the overview, I guess there's like a lot of questions
Hmm.
I missed here for some reason.
Okay.
Not terrible, but not greatest. Obviously, still 20 incorrect answers, so there's a lot of points on the table there. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Okay, sounds good. Then again, just keeping kind of stock of those, and we'll just go and review those couple that we wanted to take a look at today.
yeah,
Let me see. Okay, so just starting with like the first one, which is the one that was the Sunday. So what change in cytosolic conditions would most, oh wait, sorry. I thought I was sharing screen again. Okay. All right, there we go.
yeah, it's good.
Okay, so this is, let's see, passage six. So we'll say passage six. Oh, well, six. Is it question 32? Okay. So walk me through this one.
Right. So in this
Mhm.
question, I was confused because I know you took a look at it, so I'll just say like
Yeah.
initially I'm seeing the answer choices. Well, let's look at the
Hmm.
question first. Change in cytosolic position. All right, so outside the nuclei, but inside the cell, catalytic function of these residues, and then I look at the passage. And I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, domain CT1 axon, ATP ribosilate, and I'm like, all right, well these are proteins basically. So my
Hmm.
initial thought is like, okay, well, all of these things can affect the catalytic function, and which is basically in my head, I'm thinking of like, the activation energy. I'm thinking about like the transition state, and if I increase the temperature, I'm thinking it could
Hmm.
like increase like the productivity of that or like the rate of that reaction, right? Because
Hmm.
like higher temperature usually helps with that, and I'm thinking. Oh, so then my immediate thought is like with these introducers, surely they're asking me about like if I like destroy the enzyme by like messing with one of these factors. So I decided to like go with increased pH because usually like pH is like really damaging to enzymes, right? But then in
Hmm.
reality, like they want me to consider the reaction. Like, and if you increase the pH, there's more free hydrogens, and that
Hmm.
somehow is going to not disrupt, quote unquote, the catalytic function as decreasing pH, because if you supposedly have a decreased pH, this damages it more or something. Oh, sorry. Increased pH was a less free hydrogens, and then decreased pH is a more free hydrogens. That's what I meant. Sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to like talk about this because I didn't fully understand the mechanism here, and I wanted to just like look at it again.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So I think as was noted, and as with your highlighting, also there's like yellow highlighting and blue
Oh,
highlighting,
the
so that's
blue.
kind of
I think that
interesting.
was there when I took the screenshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the blue highlighting was good. I don't know if it was actual highlighting or
I
not.
think that was me during the
Um,
review realizing something, and I just highlighted
oh,
it.
okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, so again, so let's always like start from your question stem, right? Like what's the kind of key features that jump out to you from the question?
These three residues.
Yeah, so CTA1, glue 23, glue 57 residues, right? So we're like, okay, so they're giving us like very specific names of things. So probably mention the passage, right? So go back to the passage. What does it say about these things?
It says CTA1 acts as ADP ribosilate and permanently activates the GTP protein.
Okay, there's
The
its function.
CTA1 domain uses NAD plus as a source of ADP ribose, okay, and depends on
Hmm.
two critical catalytic residues, glue 23 and glue 57.
Great.
Then in the other paragraph it says CTA1 is a domain which uses an allosteric activator. So what's the
Hmm.
allosteric activator? Oh well, ARF1 is, but it says hydrolysis of GTP to GDP by ARF. Okay. Uh. So I'm assuming. Well, okay. Let's look at the figure. So, you have NAD, sure, and then you have the GTP binding protein, and then you have CTA1, which is part of glue 23. And so glue 23 looks like it nucleophilically attacks GTP binding protein, which causes it to bind to um, the NAD plus like molecule thing. Um,
Hmm.
and so it looks like this this entire reaction is going to cause um, it's going to I'm just looking.
Hmm.
Uh, it depends on two critical catalytic residues. Is as an allosteric activator. Um, so basically, what I can tell is that glue 23 is required for the GTP binding protein to be bound to the NAD plus molecule, and when as like a as a output of this reaction, there's going to be more free hydrogen, which basically increases the pH of this is it's going to increase. Okay, so here's my guess. Since this reaction increases
Hmm.
the pH as a byproduct, if you decrease the overall pH in this entire cytosolic like environment, due to Le Chatelier's, it's gonna not favor this reaction, or no?
I think this is a this is basically well, like a like, do you remember your amino acids and blah 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 protonation deprotonation type of problem? I would
Okay,
say like broken
okay,
broken down to its simplest form. So I think you walked me through a great start, as you said in the paragraph, or sorry, not paragraph, in the question, right? Key features were CTA1, glue 23, glue 57, right? And then we
okay,
go to our passage. We say, what information do we have about those three items? So as you said, or as you read, basically. So we have all this stuff about the A1 domain, which is the CTA1, which acts to ADP, ribosylate, blah, 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 does stuff. It's like, okay, cool. And then the more important thing for us was, okay, what's this about GLU 23 and GLU 57? And so it says, okay, these are our two critical catalytic residues. So we know that what is GLU 23 and GLU 57? Well, they're glutamate residues, right? These are both glutamate. It's
Okay.
just like our shorthand for amino acid. So what's like the side chain for glutamate?
That it's this like the CTA1 residue, or like the R
Um,
group. Are you looking for the R group
like
specifically?
yeah, what yeah, our
Well,
group
for glutamate there
basically.
is like no, there's like this, I guess, like these electrons for glutamate.
Um, well, I
Like
guess
they're
you can
like the
kind of see it in
it's
the
like a hydrogen,
figure.
maybe it's a hydrogen
Well, what's the group sticking off of the CTA1 in our reaction?
sticking off the CTA1 in the reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, that carboxyl, is that what you're talking about? Like the
Yep.
carboxyl with the extra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. You got it. So that's our side chain. We have a carboxyl side chain. So you could either know that by knowing glutamate, or you could know it from the visual. But regardless, should know that. And then we have, so basically, as you said, we have our carboxyl group, but we know that this is kind of a, what is it? It can be its COO minus or its COOH form, right? It just depends whether it's protonated or deprotonated, so it depends on pH. So at physiologic pH, is glutamate protonated or deprotonated typically?
Um, at physiological, it's protonated. No, it's deprotonated. I actually don't know this.
So typically at physiologic pH, glutamate is deprotonated.
Okay, so then based off this, we can answer the question, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, so then you're saying that this reaction requires a deprotonated carboxyl group from the GLU 23 and the GLU 57, and decreasing
Yes.
the pH will basically protonate these amino acids. And when these amino acids are protonated, this reaction cannot go through, which makes decreasing the pH like basically disrupt this catalytic function.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So basically, just from reading the passage, since it depends on these two catalytic residues, I have to look at the
Mm-hmm.
residues, see. Oh, I see what the arrow is doing now. Okay, actually, I think I misunderstood the arrow, but now I see that the arrow is
Mm.
literally suggesting that GLU 23 is donating a hydrogen to the GTP binding protein, which ultimately allows the GTP binding protein to nucleophilically attack the NAD plus, which causes like some this new bond to be created. But now I see that like what's happening. Am I right in that?
Did you say the glutamate is donating a proton?
Yeah, it's donating the hydrogen from its carboxyl group.
Uh,
Oh no.
wait, let me just look at the visual. So basically, what I think the point of it, what is this? Sorry, the figure is like tiny. Glue 23. So it's not donating its proton. It has a negative charge which allows it to attack and like make a connection. That's why you
Um,
need it to be deprotonated. So it like the pH state is what's determining if the glutamate is
is
either
protonated
protonated or
or not?
deprotonated. For it
Oh,
to
and
be
then
catalytic, it needs to be deprotonated. Or because if it already has its own hydrogen, it's not going to do anything
oh
because
right,
there's no
so
reason. Like it
yeah,
has no
to use.
charge.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
this was a game of like, what is it? Um, how do we determine? like what defines catalytic activity versus no catalytic activity, and then how does the pH like alter that is kind of what the question was going for.
Just as a definition, catalytic means to create a bond or to split a bond.
Catalytic activity?
Yeah, I'm assuming it
It's
means.
more
I thought it meant to split, right? Or does it just mean to go through a reaction?
it's more like just like being able to go through the reaction.
Okay, so then
Like when you're talking
non-catalytic
about your
non.
catalyst, like increasing the rate of your chemical reaction
Oh,
is
okay,
kind of like,
okay,
enzymes
okay,
with their catalytic activity. So if it basically if it doesn't have the charge, it's not able to like go through its like reaction basically.
okay, okay. So the mechanisms don't matter as so long as you understand that the residue needs to be charged in order for it to continue, basically.
Yes, in this case.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, from what I'm guessing is so the negative charge from the oxygen of glue 23, it is basically attacking that hydrogen to take it from the amine group, and after the hydrogen is gone from the amine group, the nitrogen is going to have a lot more of a negative charge, which allows it to attack the what's it the fourth carbon of that ribose ring,
Mm.
and then that allows it to continue further for it to be bonded together in the third step, like how it's shown in the third step.
Uh, Let me see. Okay. Yeah,
Okay, okay, I think I get it.
I think honestly, sometimes for these types of questions, it's like only only try and focus on what you really need from like the reaction. Like yes,
Okay,
I think having if it's like a reaction that you're like looking through all the steps and it like is really clicking for you and you're like, okay, this one makes sense to me, that's fine. Because there are problems that are going to ask you to like what was it? The stuff where we had to like trace the tagged molecules, like the carbons was one. If you remember that question. So like yeah, you would have to like kind of follow it through all of its steps, but hopefully you wouldn't get something like that. Um,
okay,
but in this case, I think really you didn't need the figure too much beyond just kind of observing that, the glutamate needed to be deprotonated for it to be
okay, yeah,
functional. And then everything else is just, look at your answer choices and get to an answer, basically. Like you can spend more time like looking at the reaction and like observing its pathway if that's like relevant for other kind of question answers.
yeah.
But I feel like all you needed for this one was just like, okay, there's our CTA1, there's our glue 23, like, oh, it's a carboxyl side chain because that's glutamate.
Oh, okay.
And it's like,
So
okay,
it's
it's
a very like
negatively
linear,
charged.
lot like
Yeah,
patterns
it's
like
like we really
thinking.
want to simplify it as much as possible. So again, if
Right.
I was like to split this question into very, very simple steps, it's like step one, read question, these three, jot down CTA1, glue 23, glue 57. Step two, find them in the passage. What does it say about them in the passage? It says you need the glutamate for as like a critical catalytic residue. It's like, okay, cool. And then is there anything else about it? Because maybe they don't even give you like pictures or anything. And they're just like, okay, now you know you need glutamate. You're like, okay, what do I know about glutamate and kind of its like side chain? Because usually amino acids, it's always about like the side chains. Um, and then you look at your image, you're like, okay, there's the glue 23. It's negative charge, so it doesn't have the hydrogen. Okay, great. So that's what it needs to be, you know,
Oh my gosh, I
catalytic.
got mixed up between glycine and glutamate.
Ah,
No.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's no go. We need amino acids should be like rock solid because they
Okay, yeah.
love amino acids on the MCAT.
Yeah.
So yeah, so side chains, all of those, like knowing properties, things like that is
Right.
very, very helpful.
Okay.
But yeah, so again, very like simple steps, like simplified as much as possible because once you kind of get too far into the weeds, I feel like you just get more lost, and then that's time that can be spent on like the next question once you've moved on.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, hopefully this makes sense, right?
It
Based
does,
off
yeah.
like protonation, deprotonation. Okay, cool. So I think we're good there. So then let's go on to the next one. Let's see. Ooh, I'm seeing some formic acid. Hello. Okay. So, what was going on with this one? Passage 9, question 50.
So,
Passage 9.
in this, I had ultimately guessed, but
Okay. You're
I
correct.
yeah, luckily.
Yeah,
Um,
luckily. Anyway.
and yes, so I see the Ka, and then I see the 0.05 molar,
Mhm.
and in the back of my head, I'm like hoping that I don't have to do like an ice table, but like, cause I haven't had to do this
Yeah.
since like I last done like these Princeton
Uh-huh.
review things, cause they like in the AMC I haven't encountered this yet, but they're making me do it here.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I just wanted to like quickly review everything here just in case, cause I kind of forgot. What I remember
Okay.
is that in this question they're asking us for the hydrogen ion concentration, and since we
Hmm.
have Ka, I'm thinking to myself, actually, I did these Anki cards recently. So basically, since they have Ka and hydrogen ion concentration, the hydrogen
Hmm.
ion here is going to be the Ha inside the formula. So basically, the formula goes, pKa is equal to um, brackets, or like rather the concentration of I guess hydrogen ion. Oh wait, hold on. Well, anyway, hydrogen ion times the acid, the negatively charged acid, over the Ha, which in this case is the conjugate acid, right?
Hmm.
So now I have to identify everything here. So I have I have Ka. I can convert Ka to pKa using log, so that's fine. Um, I have hydrogen ion concentration, so I'm pretty sure this is the H plus inside the um. Can I use the whiteboard?
Yeah, go for it. Let me stop sharing.
Okay,
Okay.
so just gonna rewrite this again. Oh, um, so the hydrogen concentration they say is 0.05 molar. Um, oh wait, no. We know. Sorry, this is not. Um, so they're asking us what is the hydrogen ion concentration. What they actually
Yes.
give us is this, um, which is, and this is going to be this is going to be um the acid.
Yep.
So since we have K, I'm just gonna might as well solve for Ka. So 1.8 e negative 4. Um, so the pKa then is going to be around. Can I just like rough ball it there for now? Is that fine?
Yeah, you don't need to explain to me. As long as you get to the answer on the actual test. Like
Okay, fair. Okay. So
the
I'll just
math doesn't
continue
matter
then.
too much.
Um, so um, so now I've accounted for the acid. I've accounted for this because this is what I'm solving. I've accounted for this. The Ha conjugate base Um, so pretty sure this is like what I kind of need to do for the ice table, but I'm just gonna try. So I start by writing HCOOH um COOH minus, I guess, plus H. So in this scenario, we have starting 0.05 molar, and then we have initially we have 0 and 0, and then we have 0.05 minus x, and then we're gonna have x and x. I don't know. I don't really remember how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna just call it there because I don't want to do anything else like more wrong. But could you like step in and like tell me what I'm doing, like if I have the right approach?
Yeah. So I think there. I think the general setup is fine. Um, Ultimately, it's just like making sure that we kind of, I'm just trying to see here. Okay, so nice. We set up with the equilibrium. So we have our HCOH, COH, and then H. And then, like you said, we start with the 0.05, which they give us in the question stem. And then we're looking at kind of like if we start with 0.05 and then 0 and 0, because that's our initial outset. And then whatever minus X would be like equivalent moles of the COH and the H. So then, as you said, from there, it's pretty much just like setting up your equation with your, well, I guess not, it's not really the pKa, but it's more of like the Ka. So you would have your kind of, I guess, like big pre-existing acid on the bottom as you set up. So how do I get this to, I guess just, oh, no, that's not working. Hello? Okay, just like bringing that down here. I mean, I think everything was fine there. So if we set up our Ka, we have our, what is it? Our 0.05 X in the, where is it? Oh, sorry. X and then our X as you had here in your table. This is all over top of your 0.05 minus X. You just have basically X squared as you said, and then you have 0.05 minus X.
And then x is usually
And then,
negligible, right? Because it's
yes.
so then this can be
So, well,
0.
actually, it depends. But like yes, like you said, in
In
this
most
case,
cases,
we
I
can
think
just
on the
consider it
MCAT, in
zero.
most cases it'll be 0. So this would also be for that
Exactly.
x.
So you can ignore it. And then we have whatever they gave us for Ka. I forget. What is it? 1.8
Then in that case,
something
can I
something.
try solving it from here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so then I was gonna say this was gonna be 4.
Mhm.
Because this is actually this is pKa. They give us the Ka. Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Oh, I memorized the
We're
equation
given the
wrong.
Ka.
Okay, so then whatever I was saying here is wrong. This is not pKa. This is just regular Ka, which makes it
That's just Ka. Yeah,
okay.
I
So
was a little
that's
confused
that's a
about the
genuine
logs.
that was a genuine mistake. Okay, so now
Okay.
um okay, then actually it's not
It's
that bad. I'm gonna
simpler.
rewrite it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say I'm gonna say x squared is going to be equal to 1.8 e negative 4 times 5 e negative 2. And I'm going to say x squared is equal to 1. Oh, actually, no. 1.8 times 5e negative 6. Then I'm going to say 2 times 5 is 10. So 10e negative 6 x squared. Then I'm going to say x is equal to square root of this, so basically 10e and minus 3. And I'm going to choose the closest answer to that. Which is probably C, even though the number is completely wrong. There's only one answer choice that's closest to the exponent I got, so... Oh, wait, actually, B is probably really close, but this answer is not close enough. I think I missed something. I did some wrong algebra. I added these to get minus 6. 1.8 times 5 is like, this is basically 2, so then 2 times 5 is 10. In this step, I did times 1 point times 1 half times 1 half, right? This is correct, right? Because a square root of x is equal to this.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 1 half times negative 6 to get negative 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the same thing you would have done, or would you have done something else?
I think that's fine. Again, it's like kind of as simple math as you can make it. Sorry, I'm just distracted because we have a tornado siren thing
Oh my
making noise in the
goodness.
background.
Hope
I'm
you're
just trying to
alright.
figure out. No, it's like it's pretty common. I'm just trying to see if anyone else is saying anything.
You're good.
Yeah, what's going on? Okay, I think we're fine. Okay, sorry about that distraction. Let me see
You're
here.
good. Times
Let me see. So
5.
1.8 times 5 e to the negative 6. So that's perfectly fine. And then from there, it's just like getting to your simpler answer as
Oh, okay.
easily as you can.
When I put it into 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, 3. When I put in decimals, I get the right answer.
Uh-huh.
Wait, did I mess up my? I need to check if I messed up my
Okay,
exponents really
because
quick.
1.8 times 5 times e to the negative 6. So that, I mean, like 1.8 times 5 is like basically 9. So that can kind of
Oh, this
help a
is
little
4.
bit.
One,
Um,
two, three. Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's. I think my simplifications landed me to come at like a pretty big number. This is just a little bit concerning to me because if I convert this to the other units, it's e to negative 2, right? Which is which is a little farther away than the actual answer, but um I don't know. Because usually whenever I ballpark numbers, the MCAT is like it's very obvious
mhm.
which one the answer is, but these terms seem kind of close together.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at the answer choices and I'm kind of like trying to figure out why. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, that's why. We were set up x squared. That's why I was confused. Okay. So, yeah, so we have x squared is equal to 9. e negative 6. Okay. And then we take the square root, which would give us 3 e, what is it? And then divide it, so negative 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. That makes sense. So like you said, I think like even if you had used your 10, it's like, well, take the square root and it's the like you said, so it's the
Oh,
6
okay.
times
You
1/2.
put a
So you get the
9
negative 3.
instead of a 10 because the dot 8 is gonna make it a little smaller than a natural. Okay, that's smart. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think having when you're trying to do like quick math, like 5 to 10 is fine. I think it's just again, I feel like the third parties sometimes have like weirder units,
Uh-huh.
if that makes
Okay, I
sense.
see.
Like
Yeah.
like the AMCAs will sometimes just also kind of round things, so like it'll light up a little bit better, maybe. But yeah,
Okay.
in this case, like you can still do your 10 negative 6, and then just remember that you're square rooting 10, right? So like I would just be like, okay, what's my closest square root? It's like 9. So it's like
Mm.
three-ish,
Oh.
right?
Oh,
Um,
right. Oh, I
yeah,
actually did do it wrong because I forgot to square root the 10.
there
Okay.
we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the negative
I'm
6
I'm confident now.
square root
Okay.
makes sense because you're like, okay, well, my only answer choice with a negative 3 is C. So you're like, okay, I guess if I'm in a rush and I don't know what's it, like if I'm doing math and I'm messing up and I don't know what else to do, I'm like, oh, I'll put the negative 3 because I got there in the end. But yeah, just be
Okay.
careful with square roots that you're taking all of it. So
Got it.
yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm
So
good
you'd be
now.
like, and then whenever it's a square root, again, it's always just like find your closest square root, whether it's lower or higher, and then just acknowledge that, like, okay, if it's like square root of 9, be like maybe a little bit more than a 3, and then choose the answer that's closest to it, because it's all somewhat approximation-y, because it's not like you get a calculator on the actual exam anyway.
Okay.
Um, but okay, so this one hopefully made sense once we
Yes, it
walked
did.
through it. But yeah, no, your setup was like completely fine, like
Okay.
from the start. I think it was just like the last little bit of math with the square root that got a little bit tricky.
It's
Um,
just been a while since I actually made one of these because when I was on the test,
mhm.
I didn't have time to do this because
Yeah,
I was running
exactly.
short on CP. So, but
Hmm.
now I think what I'll do is that I'll just default to remembering this because now I memorized this equation recently. So,
Hmm.
I should be able to be prepared for the next test for this if something like this comes up.
Sounds good. Okay,
All right, the last
so
one.
then let's go to the last one. Let me see here. So question 27. Um, oh boy. Okay. Converging glass lens forms a real image of a red object at a distance. If blue, what's image form closer or further? Okay, so talk me through this one.
So whenever I see blue and red, I think
Hmm.
of Doppler effect, but this one doesn't have something to do with Doppler effect. So um, I know at least at the bare minimum, I know which wavelength is going to be shorter, right? And
Yes,
then the
good
blue
place to
wavelength
start.
slower,
Yes.
right? Cause yeah,
Hmm.
and then blue's going to be higher energy, all that, but that information's not that helpful. Other than eliminating like C and D,
Hmm.
and
That's a good place to start, though.
yeah, I see the first line. So it says real image, red object with a distance equal to twice its focal length. Um, so I guess I could write out. Here, I have a whiteboard open. I think, right? All right, yeah, it's still open. So I could write out this formula, which is f over one. No, no, no. Sorry. Hold on, slow down. One over f is equal to one over I plus one over O is equal to r over two. But I don't think this formula really helps in this situation. Um, unless it might. Let me just check again. So it says the real image of a red object is at a distance equal to twice its focal length, and it's a converging glass lens. So if a blue object is placed adjacent to the red object, its image will form closer to the lens or farther from the lens of the red object. And I was hung up on the word adjacent because I don't know what they meant by adjacent. Like maybe just next to
Hmm.
it, but I don't know if it was like behind it or in
Hmm.
front of it. Maybe in this question it doesn't matter, but um, the answer choices was based off of the correct answer was based off the wavelength. So I was confused like how what logic I was supposed to use. because it doesn't look like they used any math, and so it's
Hmm.
basically off of some knowledge that I didn't have. So I was wondering,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think this was, like you said, a problem that was dependent on both like, hey, do you remember like how colored light relates to like wavelength? So like you said, eliminating C, eliminating D, great, because we know blue is going to be shorter and red is going to be longer. And then from there, it's connecting like wavelength to refraction index. So this might be like, hello. Gosh, okay. Connecting what is it? Wavelength to refraction. So basically shorter wavelength is what in terms of frequency.
Um, Let me write it down. So a shorter wavelength is going to create a greater frequency.
Yes, so shorter wavelength, higher frequency. And then do we remember how that relates to refraction index?
Um, I think the formula is something like one over negative something, uh, I think it's I over negative O or something, or O over negative I. I forgot. Um,
Hmm.
I Yeah, I don't remember though.
Okay. Well, basically, it's like if we think about the pathway, it's like so shorter wavelength is going to be higher frequency, is going to be a larger refractive index. So for
Okay.
blue and red, which one will have more refraction, which one will have less refraction based off of that
So
statement?
if you're saying the shorter wavelength is going to have a higher index of refraction, then
Hmm.
the blue will have more refraction because it has a shorter wavelength.
Yes. So blue, shorter wavelength, more refraction. And
Yes.
then red is longer wavelength, less refraction.
So whatever has the highest frequency is going to have more refraction. What? Okay, let me Google index of refraction real quick. Um, it is n equals c over v, where v is the speed, c is, uh c is the light speed in a vacuum. Index of refraction is n. Um, so refractive index varies with the wavelength of light, known as dispersion and temperature. Okay, so then I just need to remember this relationship where shorter wavelength, higher index of refraction due to like the yeah, okay. Okay, so this is just something I guess I didn't, it was a content thing I didn't know then.
Hmm. So I think this was like a quick, like, hey, maybe review the optics again. But ultimately, it was really just those two. So like you had those like wavelength thing. It was just like connecting that to refractive index because there really wasn't anything else that you really needed for this problem.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I never saw anything like this before. I think I that there were some refraction questions on the AMC, but they
Yeah,
were they were different. So this is okay.
right.
This is cool. It's not that hard, I guess. It's just like, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think
Okay.
that was it.
Nice, nice. Okay.
Okay, there was
Then I
one more thing I
see.
wanted to show you.
Yeah.
The thing from like last Thursday. So
Oh yeah.
basically, um my friend and I are working on this application to help study for, um, I guess, and the MCAT. So I put a link in the chat. Is it okay if I show you this app that we
Yeah,
made?
sure.
All right, bet. So if you're on your like Mac, you can click the link and then you can see.
Hmm.
It takes you to a website.
Yeah.
So do you see it?
Yes, I do. Oh,
So
it's very nice.
this yeah, he worked very hard on it. So yeah, it looks he did a great job. So basically, this is essentially it's powered by Jack Weston.
Hmm.
It's a game that we made to allow like people who are studying for the MCAT to compete against each other, to do
Hmm.
passages faster, and
Hmm.
gain like points, or we call it elo.
Hmm.
And it's basically a competitive game mode for doing Jack Weston passages to have fun while studying with your friends. And
Nice.
it's called Cars Ranked because
Hmm.
our main goal is to let people be more motivated to do more cars passages.
Hmm.
Do you want to try it?
I can, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So we can play each other then. Do you have some time? It might take like 20 minutes.
I might have to do it next time, just because I think they are having us actually go to the basement.
Oh, really? The for the tornado warning?
Yeah, I
Oh my
think
goodness.
it keeps getting escalated, so I might have to go down there before they
Yeah,
come and bother me and knock on my door.
yeah. It's getting really
Let's
windy
let's
and
try this
dreadful.
next time because it does look fun. We can try it next
Okay,
time.
awesome. Yeah, no
Yeah.
worries. And also we have like some bugs, so hopefully by next week it'll be even better.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool.
Then we should see you Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Good luck.
Gosh.
Stay safe.
Thanks. We should be good. I feel like they have these warnings often. I think it's just there was like
Mhm.
a big one that came through not too long ago, so they're
Oh
very on
yeah.
top of it now. Yeah.
Honestly, no, I hear wind banging against my window right now, so it's even down here in Texas, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But okay. And I will see you Thursday at 6 p.m. You should be
All
good.
right. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good
Bye.
luck with your exams.
Appreciate
You
it.
got this.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
Bye.
Y'all.
Lamau, that's so funny.
Wait, no, it actually works out fine though. Like that's like perfect because we can I just added like a success state to the website. So if you sign up, there's like a success or like start
Oh,
or
okay,
whatever.
okay. Yeah,
Um
all the small micro things.
yeah, yeah, but like the thing is if she clicked it while the field is empty, it'll still show the success state. So I was like hoping that like if it did happen then there would be no misclicks and no questions.
Oh yeah,
Um
yeah.
but yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. And then
She said it looked very good, so good job making it look like
yeah,
real.
thanks for
Like the instant
yeah, dude,
reputation. It doesn't look like some like goofy project. It actually
big
looks like
sketchy,
reputable. Yeah,
legit.
yeah. It looks legit.
Yeah, yeah, yes. No, I'm glad that there's some. It looks decent. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay. I just want to see. Yeah. If you're ever going on a like the I sent like a text in the Discord as
Oh
well as
yeah,
on
let me
messages
read
of
that.
like
Let me read that.
yeah. Also, I'm assuming you're probably pretty tired, so I'll keep it quick.
I'm
Um,
not too tired actually.
but really,
There's just
that looks stressful. It looks hard.
it looks stressful. No, I mean I've been doing this twice a week for like a couple months now, so like it's chill.
You're used to
And
it.
honestly,
Okay,
sometimes it
okay.
goes even longer. The today's was a short session. Today we like reviewed 3 questions, but we usually do like 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
very tiring.
that look long.
So this was a this was
Uh,
a very short session, honestly, not gonna lie.
dang,
So yeah.
dang.
Um
Um,
okay,
yeah.
you
Okay.
said
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
ask users if they'd be
But,
interested in an app if they'd use it more often in an app versus extension. We need to accumulate 2 lists. Number one, things that users liked about Cars Ranked. Number two, things that users wish they had in Cars Ranked.
oh my gosh,
And
all the
then
typos. Oh my goodness.
and then on our own, we go through list two and see how much, if it is limited by Jack Weston. If more than 50% is limited by Jack Weston, we should consider that app is more heavily since users' demands should be prioritized for the success of the app. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said this in before, but yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. I just wrote it out because I feel like I was like rambling. I didn't know if it was like if it made sense. Um, but yeah, hopefully, hopefully users want something nice. Like, there's obviously like downsides to the app too. If um, like we definitely need to figure out how to get passages in if they want the app. But besides that, no downsides. The only W's, in theory.
In theory, yeah.
But
Hopefully. Yeah, but see, this is good to
yeah,
think about. This is good to think about. We have to like make sure
yeah,
that we're not like think like it's like the perfect app ever, you know? We have to be
yeah,
careful.
yeah. But if you can get if you get feedback like as soon as possible, like the sooner the better, because like spring break, so I want to go crazy with like I have a bit more time, so I can go crazy with
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if we do want to do an
You're
app
not
like
busy right now, right?
no, 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 no.
Okay, so I have a proposition.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's hang out in VC on the MCAT server, and I'm gonna work on. I have
Ooh,
to edit a video, and then you can do whatever, and then we can wait until someone
yes.
joins, and then like ask them if they want to play.
I'm down. I'm so down.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
down.
see
And then we
you.
can
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll see you on
works.
the other server. I'll see you on the other server.
Okay, okay.
All right, to bet. Yo, yo,
Yeah.
yo, yo, yo. Okay, so yeah,
This
so
is cool. This is
we
cool.
just chill out here.
We just chill. Okay, okay. And then what happens if a person joins? What do you do?
We just ask them. We just ask them if they want to play our game.
The second they join, hey, what's your name?
And meanwhile,
Okay, I'm done.
I'm going to share my probably my entire screen and
Cool, cool.
edit my video. Dude, I don't know if my stream will crash. I don't know if my screen will crash if I open Premiere, but I'm risking it. I'm risking it for
Yeah.
the
Wait, no,
VC.
this so your first stream was lagging a bit in terms of video, but the audio was keeping up. But then when you reshared your stream, then it was good.
I think you know why?
Why?
I was using OBS to simultaneously stream and record because I wanted a recorded copy, but I don't think I have enough memory to
Mm,
actually. We you should help me. Okay, I want to okay. You see my screen, right?
yeah, let me make sure. Yeah, I do, I do.
So I'm sharing. Okay, so basically, I wanted to show you this. This is so bad. I looked at a YouTube video, but look at this, bro. Look at all the system data.
Oh, that's not normal at all. That
Dude.
is not
It is
normal.
so bad, bro. It is so bad. And then yesterday, this was like completely full, and I literally had zero scratch disk to use Photoshop. So I had to like. Luckily, I was able to clear 100 GB, but this is so bad, dude. What?
Yeah,
So
the way to fix that is you have to reset your like machine.
what? Like factory
Which I
reset?
like. Yeah,
Are
like
you
like
joking?
complete wipe. No,
No
I'm so serious.
way.
That's happened to me before, and that's what I had to do.
What? Is it worth it for me to do that? I probably won't mind,
Um,
honestly. I can back up my
I
stuff
mean,
onto an SSD.
if you're running into issues and it's super often, then yes. But if it's not pressing, then like you can
Well,
hold it
my
off.
OBS
But
is
I do think at
literally like
some point,
having issues every other day. That's the thing. Like it's always crashing, it's always not doing what I
mm,
wanted to do, and I feel like it's because of that all of that random junk that's in there. But anyway, let me show you
yeah,
what this YouTube video shot me. But what were you saying?
okay. Oh no, I was just say yeah, like that makes sense. Like there does seem to be like 100 gigs available, so I don't know if this will fix what you're seeing, but regardless, it will definitely help. Like you'll have a lot more storage to work with.
Yeah. And also just like it's just hard because I dude like Adobe already takes up so much space and it's like ah. All right, so
Yeah.
this is my files, right? So if I go by sort if I do um use groups, what's it called? Get info. Wait, no. How do I oh yeah, list view. All right, so now you can see all my like biggest files, right?
Hmm.
So these are hidden files, right? There's like a command.
Yeah.
So basically the application is still 55 GB, system is 20 GB, right? But when I open up my settings, this is
Hmm.
confusing because like I don't see where the system data is. The applications make sense, kind of. I mean, it's still only showing 55. Meanwhile, this is
Um,
126. So something is going on here, sus. And then all this 177 GB of whatever is also like mysteriously not showing up in here.
that is true. That's weird. I don't know. I don't even know if that. Let me check on mine. I don't know if that's a Mac issue or if that's your Mac,
I think it's
because I
my
wouldn't be
Mac.
surprised if it's size. Oh, my thing isn't even showing my size.
Oh,
Let's check.
here's what you do. You do you do command period.
Mm-hmm. Command period.
No, sorry, no, sorry. You do command J, and then
Okay.
you'll see this window. You want to check
Right.
size, and you want to check calculate all sizes,
Oh, I had to calculate all sizes.
and it'll
Okay.
take a
Now it's like,
couple
yeah, now
seconds
it's
for it
going
to load.
through.
Yeah, it'll take a couple
Yeah.
seconds for it to load, and then to show secret files, you do shift command period, and it toggles
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is not, it seems like whenever I'm on the Finder, the size displayed is smaller than what is shown in settings.
Oh, so it's also like that for you.
Yeah, so that seems like it's a Mac thing, which is really weird.
Oh, why
Because
is
why
this
would,
so frustrating, bro? Why
oh
does
my gosh,
Steve
look how
Jobs do this
bigger.
to us?
Wait, how much is that? Oh, okay, it's calculating. Also, I'm not gonna lie, like 500 gigs for like your computer is crazy.
It's small. It's small.
Like
We got this
that's like
computer
a
for free.
laptop.
We got this computer for free.
Oh, then you can't complain.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, honestly, can't complain.
Yeah,
We won it in a raffle.
that's really good because this is like a really expensive machine.
Yeah, I
That's why I
know.
was a little confused. I was like, oh, I wonder why you guys got like uh 512 gigs for like because it's like a desktop, right? So like desktops usually
Have at least
go
one
higher with
TB.
the storage.
At least one TB.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that makes a lot more sense. But it's free. Free is
free.
good. But yeah,
System data. See, it won't let
yeah.
me see any information about it.
Yeah, system data is usually whenever they you update the machine, it like adds new files, right? But if you don't like, I don't know. In my experience, if I haven't reset it for a couple, like a while, it hasn't happened anymore. But it used to happen on like older Macs, and it would just accumulate a lot, and I'd have to reset it and reset like my RAM memory or something. Um,
Should I
it
reinstall
wasn't too
Mac
hard to
OS?
do. Yeah, I had to do like a clean wipe, fresh install.
But like, here's my thing, right? If I do a fresh install and I re-download all my apps, like let's say Adobe products, Lunar Client, Chrome, DaVinci, right? Like
Mhm.
this will just come back, right?
No, 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 no. System data is from, so that will be in your application data. System data is from like your Mac OS system itself. Mine, let me see what mine is. It is normally not that big. That is absurdly large. Let me go to system settings. Let's see what mine is. Um, I need to clean up mine too sometimes. I'm just kind of getting up there. Mm, Mine's calculating.
Yeah. I just like I just don't think continuing to reinstall macOS necessarily like long-term solution. I really just want to like figure out where all this mysterious stuff is. Like there's got to be a way.
Mac.
Why is Mac doing
Steve
this?
Jobs.
Like in the name of freaking like consumer ease of use, or like because they're like low Herculeanly like spying on us or something. I don't know.
No, I mean they're just like yeah, it's they're like prioritizing ease of use, which at this is like at the same time they're trying to make people not modify their stuff as much. I don't know. It's weird. They're like decent, but they have their quirks.
This is why Linux on top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'd say that. Like, it depends on what you're using it for.
Right. Of course.
But if you really are prioritizing like your upgradability and stuff, then yeah, 100%. But if sometimes you just want something to work, you know, in those cases, like yeah, I would choose Mac over Windows. I just don't like Windows.
Really?
Windows has so many ads.
Oh, like in like just the basic
Yeah, like a fresh install, you have what's it called? Uh, your Xbox account in your face.
oh yeah.
And then what's it called? If you want to search for anything in the search bar, it
This shows the
searches
weather, the
not.
news, the ads.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to see all of that. Wow, mine's taking a good second to.
Calculate.
Maybe I need a. Yeah, maybe I need to reset mine sometime. Here, yeah, it's taking a good minute. I don't know. But yeah.
I was curious and I figured that this system data is probably being sucked up by like backups, right? Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
so
that's definitely
I
possible.
opened iTerm and I googled like some commands to check and
Hmm.
it showed like the default Apple backups is that like comes with every computer. So I don't think I have any backups taking up all that space. And I
Mm.
don't think it's any VMware because my dad really never really used his computer, and I personally never like installed any VMware to my knowledge.
Hmm.
So it's not that either. But my biggest suspect is Adobe Cache.
Mm.
But here's the thing: if you look at my screen, I can go to applications, right? Photoshop 5 GB. Okay, overall that's a lot, but like it's not 175, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like maybe there is like some like a large amount of cash in here, but this isn't what's taking everything up. So it's not even this.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't expect cache to take up so much either, you know? Like that's a lot of storage.
Oh.
Very pricey. Okay, okay. My system data, oh my gosh, mine is high too.
For real.
Okay, that's not normal. Mine's
I think it is
197.
normal, bro.
No, 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 no. Because I went to the Apple store like a while back and they're like, oh, that's absurdly high. Let's look it up.
Oh, there's an
Because
app
then
called
what, dude, if
Chess.
this is taking up, if this is taking up like half my data, what's the point? Maybe it's iCloud. Oh wow. So some people are saying that like you have to turn off. Wait, let me try this before I recommend it. This is so unnecessary. This should not even exist in the first place.
This is so funny.
Yeah. Some people are saying that like the new OS is like indexing for AI, and so that's why it's taking up so much storage.
No way. They wouldn't do that, right? Please.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that can't be right. Hmm. Some people said they turned off Spotlight and that saved it, and they deleted the index. Oh, it's stupid. Oh, my Apple Intelligence is on. Turn that off. Yeah. If users want like the app, or like basically if somehow we get on Jack Weston, we'll be able to, or not Jack Weston, if we are able to make it instead of an extension, like people whenever they finish a match, it won't just stay there. It'll like the little thing will pop up. Or I guess it's not gonna be an extension, so after they finish a map, we'll have so much more control over the flow of things and animations, because right now it's so clunky. It works, but it's like clunky. I don't know. Yeah, sourcing the passages would be kind of annoying. I mean, we could pay people, but I don't know what else we could even do.
To make passages.
Yeah, like how
That's
would we
not
even be
like
able to get?
renewable too. Um,
What do you
because
mean?
because if okay okay, let's just if you just use logic to like end game, right? So like the logical end of things, right? So
Hmm.
if we want people to pay people to make passages, the logical end game is that they will continually have to constantly make new passages for cars ranked because they'll be exhausted by the users, right? Because a
Right,
passage is very like throwaway in the game because the whole game is relying on the fact that to get to like a good rank, you have to play a lot of passages because you're going to lose a lot. You're probably going to
right,
lose like half
right.
the time, and like most players are going to have like a 51% win rate or something. And so every passage that happens, it gets exhausted in the matter of like 10 minutes. So in order for a game to be playable with live players, with people who have a 51% win rate, it's gonna be a lot of passages, like probably like 100, because
Yeah,
the way the elo system works, like maybe not 100, but like a lot, like more than 20, more than 30 probably. So it's gonna be weird because once someone does a passage once, it can never be used by the user ever again.
yeah,
And also alt accounts will eventually see that same passage again, and it's just bad because basically a passage must be very cheap, and if we're paying someone to make a passage, it's just going to be expensive,
yeah.
and like
Maybe I can look
even
online.
I could spend time making passage, right? But it's going to be a lot of like investment to make one passage that is extremely throwaway. Meanwhile, people at Jack Weston literally get paid by Jack Weston to
That's
make the
true.
passages, and it's like it's free on the internet for everyone to use, and it's like Jack Weston is like like they have that system create like it's like Apple making Apple
True,
Music,
true,
right? Like
true.
Apple Music runs on a loss. Why? Because the streaming service
Mhm.
is not providing any actual usefulness to the consumer, right? The all the service does is put every single music piece of music in existence into a single app where people can users can access it, and it doesn't offer anything unique from the other competitors such as Spotify or like YouTube Music. There's nothing unique.
Yeah,
It's the same product. And so
yeah,
the entire streaming game is just like providing the service for like a dollar cheaper than its competitors, so that it's going to like funnel users over to their platform instead of everything else, which is why companies like Amazon and um, Apple can afford to run these services at a loss because they're not going to expect any return from it. Meanwhile, they use their other things like maybe Apple Studios or like they sell $1,000 iPhones. Like they're gonna have plenty of money to like run other services, right?
right.
And
Yeah.
like like Amazon is basically trying to create deals and other stuff to make sure people buy Prime, Amazon Prime. So
Mhm.
Spotify, meanwhile, is in a very bad position because even though they have like a lot of loyal users, the second like individual artist starts selling music outside of Spotify, or if they like, if there's a mass movement away from streaming services, Spotify is basically screwed. Like they have nothing to offer like users, and then they'll probably just eventually die. So in the same way, like in Cars Ranked,
Mhm.
the passages are like music. They're very exhaustible. Except music,
Yeah,
people come
yeah,
back to it because they have favorite songs. But no one wants to play the same Minecraft map in a ranked match every single time because first of all it's
yeah.
unfair, and second of all, like what the heck. And that's why like Minecraft is very lucky because there's infinite seeds, And all the mod has to do is filter to make sure like the bastion and the fortress are close to each other, and like that the spawn is like near a village or something. Like it's so chill for them. Like this literally AI generated, but for us like we don't have anything like that. And the closest thing is actually like
Yeah.
godsend that it's Jack Weston. So like I don't know. It's the logical end for me. Like having tutors make passages is just impossible because like it's so throwaway. It's so
Yeah, that's gonna be
disparaging,
too much.
and like
Yeah, I
people
think.
that's why like we penalize people for forfeiting, right? Because like there's because it's so
Mhm.
limited, and because like if people actually treat it like it's throwaway, they should be punished for like in some form for like not using that
Yeah,
passage. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess in that case, it would be more so like if we can partner with Jack Weston to have access to their passages,
Yeah, that partnering would be
like, so that
so
we're.
good, but we have to have a reputation
Yeah,
first, so
yeah,
we just have
yeah,
to do with what we got,
yeah. Of course.
which is sad, but
Yeah. No, I think it'll be okay.
it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Everything will be okay.
Yeah. As long as the users want to come back, like if as long as they want to come back, like that's kind of the main goal.
An interesting question will be
Uh-huh.
the difference between middle term users and long term users. And here's what I mean.
Oh
Most
yeah.
most people, they play the app, and within like 1 hour they decide whether it's for them or not, right? There
Hmm.
are other users. Remember Harpy Express? This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
Remember how
yeah.
fun Harpy Express was? It was so fun for about 2 weeks. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
No, listen, right? I genuinely think Harpy Express is one of the most beautiful games ever created, and at least one that the most beautiful games I've ever played personally. But what ended up happening is that as the servers became more saturated, and then people started getting bored, they started taking the game less seriously, and the magic started to disappear.
Mm,
So this is another thing between middle and long term, because long term users, you have people who play Clash Royale for years, ever since it came out, and they still play the game no matter how many dumb updates they add to Clash Royale, right? Because the base game is still very fun. Still able
yeah.
to have a good retainer. With Cars Ranked, I'm worried that people will find the magic of Cars Ranked within the first couple, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, but then stop playing because it's some for some reason stops getting fun.
Dude.
I don't I
Yeah.
don't predict this happening because I don't really know what would drive people away. Because for me, Harpy Express stopped becoming fun because I was playing against people who like were not taking the game seriously. And also
Hmm.
Harpy Express was kind of like, it was kind of formulaic. Like people were started to become too good at the game, and I couldn't, like every time I was murderer, I was found out too quickly, and other times I just wanted to chill, but the murder was way too good, or also the lobbies were very large, and I ended up having to wait like 15 minutes just to play again. It was like kind of like, it was kind of annoying. And even though the game is still super fun and I want to play it again at some point, it's, realistically like there's a lot of reasons why I slowly stopped playing it. But for Cars
Yeah.
Ranked, I don't really know, but it'll be an interesting question like around like week 3 and 4, like then what the drop off is like, and then we send out another email like, oh, maybe we might have to add something fresh to the game, or maybe we drop a new update like private rooms, or maybe we drop like the paid version or something like new.
Hmm.
I don't know. But
I think. Yeah, I think with these type of things, like we can take a note out of like popular games that are coming or like that are still semi-active. Like Fortnite was
Fortnite's dead,
doing
bro.
well. Like I don't play it. Yeah, it's kind of dead, but it like it came back. Like it has its phases. And I feel like that's because like they have up. I don't know. I was gonna say it's because they have the seasons and updates. There's a new thing each season, but then that becomes like
Here, I'll tell
repetitive.
you
I feel like
I'll tell
maybe
you the
everything.
real reason what keeps the game alive. People playing it and
Yeah.
streaming it to their audiences.
Mm,
Like content creators,
yeah, that's
like
true.
you've never played Agario since you were a little kid, but the second like a YouTuber uploads a video about Agario, you feel like playing it again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true with any game though. No.
Exactly. So I think that's like, if we keep cars ranked in like the meta of studying, right? Like whenever, like let's say like a pre-med talks with another pre-med, they're like, oh, what are you using to study? And people usually say? It's like, oh, I'm buying the books, I bought Kaplan. Or maybe they say, oh, I bought a Princeton course. Or maybe they'll say like, yo, like I got a tutor. The thing that most people should say is like, oh, I'm using the free thing, Cars Ranked. Because like, how everyone talks about the Mile Down deck, the Anki deck? Like everyone always
No, I
talks
don't know
about
what that
Anki.
is.
Okay, well, on the server, everyone knows. But basically, if it can be like a thing where it's like a fun tool where people like all the pre-meds talk about and like share with each other, then it's like part of this MCAT studying meta. That is like, because actually, I'll tell you what,
Are you
Jack
talking about
Weston.
Anki or like a specific Anki deck?
Okay, so there's something called Mile Down, and it's a Reddit user, and he made a 500
Mm-hmm.
card Anki deck that got cemented into like legendary status by like pre-meds because everyone who studies it gets really good MCAT scores. But like, I don't really know if it's like a correlation or a causation because like I think most people who actually study the deck are just very good students because it's so nerdy to actually do it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. It's a good deck. I wouldn't say it's a bad deck, but I don't think it's like a legendary deck like people say it is. But that's not the point. Is that people always talk about it and everyone knows what it is. So
Hmm.
we could be like we try to aim for that like culture status where it's like, oh, Cars Ranked is just something people do to like study. Because I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, Jack Weston is one of those things. Like everyone knows what Jack
Oh,
Weston is
really?
because Jack Weston has podcasts. They have a YouTube channel, and they have like different
Oh.
podcast hosts. They talk about like cars. They talk about like, and also everyone knows Jack Weston because it's like free daily cars passages, and I think that's what made Jack Weston famous. Like their daily cars passages attracted a lot of um students studying for the MCAT.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Wait.
they would do it and then they talk about it. Yeah.
Adding on to that, because Jack Weston has like they need to make new passages, right? Because they need to make new passages, we're always gonna have new passages.
Yep, that's the
Because
idea.
their front page like will always be updated with the new passages, which is exactly what we get our passages from. It's the front page. Um, so we'll always have, I guess, at least three new passages from the daily ones.
Maybe it would be a fun feature. Um, here's a fun feature, right? So basically, you know how ranked
Uh-huh.
against another player, right?
Yeah.
We can introduce a game mode that doesn't need another player, and you know how
A
there's
what?
we can introduce a game mode that doesn't need another player.
Oh, okay.
And the idea is this, right? In MCSR ranked, there's something called a weekly race. Okay, and
Hmm.
basically, they have a seed that's handpicked by the owner of MCSR, and they're like, they drop it on the
Hmm.
main menu, and they say, speedrunners, you can do the seed. Whoever has the fastest time, um, by the end of the week, will be put on the leaderboards. And you can reset the seed however many times you want. Obviously, for us, we can't reset a passage because it's like cheating, right? But what we can do, right?
Yeah.
Every day at the front and maybe on the front page of our app or maybe like the main page like the main menu page we can have a button that says compete for today's daily passage leaderboard time, right? And
Mm.
basically they enter that daily passage, the car's daily passage,
Ooh.
through the app,
Yeah.
and then the app logs their time and their score, and at the end of it there's a leaderboard for that specific passage.
Okay, okay. So I'm like writing it down.
And that way there's like a community, right?
Okay, yeah, I like that.
There's like a
I like
community
that.
of
Yeah,
just
that's a
like
good idea.
people could always play cards ranked no matter what because it's like Wordle, right? Because everyone always plays Wordle on their own when they're bored. People can just like compete for the
Yeah.
daily race when they're bored, and they're like waiting for queue or like maybe not when they're waiting for queue, but like whenever they're just like, oh, there's no one to play with, let me just do the daily race.
That's a really good thing, and I'll implement that soon because we're newer and because like if they don't find another player, at least they'll have this.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Take the daily cars passage as a time trial. So in this case, would we select the daily cars passage?
No, no, no. The daily cars passage is already selected because it's Jack Weston releases a new cars passage every day.
Oh, it's a single one.
Yeah, it's a single passage that Jack, because every day Jack Wyson releases a new Cars passage.
Mm-hmm.
So it would just
I thought
be
it was like three. I think it was like one. Okay, okay.
well, yeah. I think the other two were
Yeah.
like other science passages. There's only one Cars. I don't know though.
Right, right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. And then I'll exclude this from casual and ranked, or should this be excluded from casual and ranked gameplay
Yeah, it's a different game
for
mode.
that day?
It's a completely different game mode. It's like a third new game mode, and obviously they can.
Like, do those daily passages come back into? You know how there's like that 9 by 9
Yeah,
sheet,
I think
or
it
like
does.
six
It
before
goes.
before?
Yeah, it does go back into it, right? So after, like, if you do it on Monday, on Tuesday it'll move down. So then you'll
Okay,
have
okay,
to
that's
wait.
fine. So then it's just for that day.
Yeah, but I mean, once you do it, it'll be like it'll show reset, right? So then the system will know.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how you're gonna get the ability to go to other pages on Jack West, but if you do, bro, you're a wizard. Like literally, we have infinite passages. Dude, there's not gonna be a single player. Like, I promise you, no one is gonna get through 67 pages of every single passage. There's no
Yeah.
way.
So you're saying like doing it in the background.
Yeah, and if they do, then they can reset, and there's no way they remember all that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like writing it down. Okay, these are two good chunks I can work on. Wait, hold on, let me use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna get a snack. Hi. What's up? Do I have school? I technically do because I'm taking a MCAT, so I'll be busy the whole day.
A real MCAT?
Not a real, but like a practice. But I'm treating it like a real one, you know.
Can you stay up
Can I stay up?
today? I want to stay up and do something.
Oh, yeah,
because
sure.
I get to sleep tomorrow.